Hey guys, it's me, P, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of this video, your girl got cheated on. Sad times. But guys, when I say cheated on, I'm gonna use that word loosely because at the end of this video, I want you guys to give me your opinion if you think I actually did get cheated on or not. We're just gonna say cheated on for the sake of this video. But guys, when I tell you, this story time I'm about to tell you had me shook. Like, it literally had me shaking on the other side of the phone. VU can be so toxic at times, so toxic. This story time, when I was in it, guys, even saying the story now is to relive it. It's actually almost traumatic as it was. But it's been years since then. Obviously, I'm over it now, so I can look back at it and laugh. And yeah, so I wanted to share the story time because I don't know why. I don't know why it's been on my head. I just think maybe I've been in my reflecting era. So yeah, guys, hopefully I can fit this in one video. If it's really long, I'm sorry. Make sure you grab your snacks, your drinks, or whatever, and tune in for this story time. I want to break it down from like when I met the guy, what we went through, to how we broke up, everything. I'm gonna try to get it all into one video. Hopefully I can. And yeah, leave in the comments if you think I did get cheated on or not, and if you like these type of story time, just make sure you guys are commenting and liking the video. Remember to like the video. Okay, thank you.
Hey, let's go back to the time when your nigga used to trip by the time we spent growing with your friends. It was all friendly on my end, even though I look forward to seeing you again.
So this story time took place a couple of years ago. I want to say 2020, 21. This was before I even started doing like the content I do now, before I was doing TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube like that religiously how I'm doing it now. So this was before fresh just started like playing Imvu religiously again. And I didn't have any friends like that. So back then I just started being friends with a girl called, we're gonna call her Long. It's an inside joke. My friends will know why her name's called Long. But anyway, so yeah, her name's called Long. So I hang around with this girl called Long. She ran a strip club. That's when I started getting into the strip club scene. And then she was doing her recruiting. That's when I met my other friends through that as well. Plus I already had like a friend before that. So yeah, we all started hanging around. So now I don't know if you guys have this in like your friend groups. Like sometimes in friend groups you have like the duos. So you will have two people that are a little bit closer, then you have another two people that are a little bit closer to each other. Back then, me and Long, we were the duo. We were kind of the ones that had that same passion for like recruiting for the strip club. So she would host the strip clubs in her room. This was before Mike, like this was time ago. So she would host all the strip clubs in her events, and I would make the posters for it. Like let's say we're having a candy themed strip club event, come to this. I would make a poster for that and promote it for her club. So we were kind of the closer ones in the group. And just a little background on Long, she wouldn't really be active online. So she would only be up at random times because she used to smoke a lot, right? She would be up at random times, and because you know I live in the UK and my friend groups are mostly in America or the American time zones, I would be up before they would. She would be up at random times, but I don't know why. So on this particular day, I was just minding my business. I think I was probably just looking through the shop, looking for new outfits to go in the strip club and just be cute for her next events. I think she had messaged me and said, hey, are you online? Are you up? Because my green light was on. And I said, yeah, I'm up. And she was just like, oh, do you want to hang? We can chill. I said, okay, cool. So she had invited me to her room. So yeah, when I got into the room now, I noticed there's another guy in there and they were talking, and she was like, oh, hey, princess. And I was just like, hey, Long, you okay? And she was like, oh, by the way, this is my friend. We're going to call him Kai. And I was just like, oh, hey, Kai, you're right. So after about maybe 2 minutes, he had left the room, and I had asked her, hey, who is he? Like, why are you guys in the room together? Like, you know, I was just being like little cheeky. And she was like, no, it's not even like that. Please remember this. It will be very important for the story later on. She said, it's not even like that. He's like a brother to me. I said, oh, okay, cool. That's fine. So he had come back into the room. I'm not sure if she had invited him back or he just knew how to get back to her room. He had came back, and then from there, we would just like indirect each other. Like we were just, you know, when you're talking to the group, but then you guys just kind of just turn to each other and talk a bit more. Pause. Just a little disclaimer, a little background. I am naturally flirty. I'm a naturally flirty person. So just a little, you know, just not overly like on the top, because I know I could flirt my off. But I was just like, just a little bantery flirty. That's all I can remember. Throwing little flirty digs. He was doing the same back. But it wasn't a thing where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this guy. Like, oh my gosh, he's on my head. He was never like that. It was just a kind of a cool, kind of flirty joke here, there and there. And this was after the fact that I asked her who he was to her, right? We all had a nice little get together, little chat. Just like, all right, guys, it's getting late for me. I think it was like my time, 8 a.m. in the morning, something crazy, right? I was just up. I didn't even feel tired because we were just laughing and having a good time. And obviously, like I said, Long is my friend and that was her friend, and we were just all kind of getting to know each other. So I said, okay guys, I think I'm gonna go to my bed now. I'm gonna go head to sleep. They were like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do the same. I was like, all right, bye guys, bye. I kid you not, guys, as soon as I left the room, I see a message from the Kai guy. I remember I didn't even have him added. I don't even think at that time. I think I saw a friend request and a message from him, and I noticed his message from me first because before I go to sleep I usually just check my messages. So I see that he had messaged me. If I can find it, guys, I will leave like some screenshots on the screen just to help the story along. And I can't lie, guys, when I had read that, I was taken aback because, like I said, it was literally just like a flirty banter. It wasn't something that I was taking serious, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna see him again. I saw it as it was one-time interaction. You know, when you just have a normal one-time interaction with someone, you never really see them again in your room or another room, so it's like, oh, you're not thinking twice about it. So when he had said that, I was like, oh. After that, I don't even remember what I said, guys, but in my head I wasn't taking him serious because guys do this all the time. Most of the time they'll be like, oh, I want to see you or I want to talk to you more, and they never do. So I wasn't thinking twice about it. You know, when guys just talk, so I'm thinking, okay, he's just talking just for the sake of talking. So I actually had to go and look back at some screenshots of the chat that I took years ago from my old phone, and because I couldn't be bothered to scroll all the way back up on our old chats on VU. And apparently I told Long that I liked him 3 days after me and him started talking, which is crazy to me because I remembered it like I didn't tell her until I got into a relationship. Because one thing about me, I'm actually a very private person, but clearly I felt like it was worth telling her early on, because maybe it was because I felt like we were just really getting close in those 3 days, and it was like, wow, kind of thing, like, you know, the guy you introduced me to, basically, we got a connection here. But when I had went and spoke to Long, I went to her and I said, hey, by the way, I think I like Kai. Guys, you wouldn't believe what this girl replied to me. And when I tell you guys, this girl replied so quick, like she was waiting, I was in shock, right? This girl replied to me and said, oh, I think I like him too. Huh? I want everybody to just kind of just sit here in silence for a second because it's not making sense. Even till to this day, it don't make sense. So I replied to her like, oh, but what do you mean you... Remember, guys, that's why I said, remember to the thing I said at the beginning of the story. She said, this is my brother. This is my friend. I see him as a brother. So what do you mean you like your brother? This is why it's scary to have your men have these girl best friends. And she was just like, oh, but obviously, like, if you like him, it's fine, like, da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, oh, but why have you never told him? And she was just like, oh, I never told him because I didn't want to break up what we had. I didn't want us to ruin a brother and sister relationship, a friendship that we have, just because I like him and in case he didn't feel the same. So I was just like, I said, no, you were there first. I think you should tell him how you feel. She was just like, no, you have it. And I was just like, no, you have it. You know, we were going back and forth, you have it. And then basically it just ended like that. Naturally now, I was like pulling away from Kai because I knew I still liked him. But at the same time, my friend likes you too, so it's kind of awkward now. But even though I kept trying to pull away, I did see that he kept putting in the work, and so I kind of just gave in. Now, the rest of this so far is a blur, but we were talking for months, guys, back to back, just months. We were linking up. He was setting dates. Like, it was so cute, guys. Like, he was doing like, hey, I brought you this dress. Even though the dress was ugly, I can't lie, the dress he sent me was ugly. I was thinking, oh my gosh, but it's fine. He would send me a dress and be like, get ready for this time. I want to see you here. He'll set up dates and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, see, that's what I'm saying. If a guy is not sending you credits to get you a dress to see you, is he really your man? Think about it. So that's what we were doing for months on end, guys. So I want to say that we started talking in March all the way up until November, my birthday. Remember that, because that's a very important detail. During that time, I hadn't really told any of my friends that I was talking to him like that, because one thing about me, I'm naturally a private person. I've always believed in, if it's something good to you, don't really be vocal about it. So sometimes he would come in the views of our rooms and like my friends would it and they'll be like, but remember I said before, Long, she wasn't really active. Like, her time frame was off. Like, she would either be asleep during the day, or when we're online, me and my other friends were online, or she would be taking care of whatever she's doing in real life. So she never really saw me and his interactions, and I never felt like I should be telling her, hey, by the way, me and your brother are talking, because I didn't think it would be that deep. But anyway, besides all that, I take accountability for where I went wrong in this story, and I'll tell you why I didn't say anything. So as the months were going on, I want to say about maybe 3 3-4 months have passed now. You can clearly see on her page that Long is in a happy relationship. She's got a baby on the way, maybe 2, I can't remember, but she had a baby on the way, and she's in a relationship with a guy that previously liked me. And that's important to say because I will explain it later on in the story. And I was thinking during this time, I'm just gonna tell him like, I don't think me and you are gonna work. One, I didn't think it was my place to tell him, by the way, your sister likes you like that and she wants to pursue something with you, and I'm just gonna pull away. Fast forward a couple more months until my birthday, guys. Kai had asked me to be his girlfriend a couple days before my birthday. I was like over the moon because we kind of discussed like how our relationship would be, because he said I'm not going to be online. One thing about him, he wasn't really on live because he had a lot of stuff happening in his real life, like a lot of like deep stuff. I didn't mind it at the time, therefore I agreed to the relationship. So yeah, like I said, a couple days before my birthday, which is in November, he had asked me to be his girl. So he had asked me like, your birthday's coming up, what are you trying to do for your birthday? I was like, in real life or on here? And he was just like, on here. Like, I know you probably aren't going to be active on VU around your birthday because you're going to be doing stuff in real life, but I do still want to see you. And I was just like, that's really cute. So he was like, okay, I'm still trying to see you, just like get a dress like in your favorite color or something and we can just go on a date. So that's what I did, guys. I went and got a dress, this nice blue gown. If I can find it, I'm gonna leave it on the screen again. Fast forward to the day that he wanted to see me, he had invited me. So guys, now if you actually play VU, you know when you load into the room, you can see the people's names in the chat. You can see the chat before you can see like the room load in. So the room was slowly loading in. I could see people typing in the chat, and I'm just looking around the room like, oh my gosh, why do I see balloons everywhere? Why do I see happy birthday? Why do I see all my friends in the comments talking about happy birthday P, happy birthday, oh my gosh, big up my sister, da, 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 da. So much love in the comments. I was just like overwhelmed and I was just in shock. Then literally, guys, it was like out of a movie. The last comment to come through in the chat was happy birthday princess from Long, and I could sense the hostility. I could just sense it in that. I just felt because technically I didn't update her like, yeah, this is my man now, like I heard what you said, you liked him but he's mine. So I could tell that she was feeling a type of way, right? But I didn't understand why you could possibly feel a type of way when you're big 6 month, 8 month now pregnant. It's not making sense. The baby's almost here. You have a whole man. Like, it's not making sense. So yeah, guys, basically, long story short, what had happened was he had threw me a surprise birthday party, invited all my friends. I told all my friends. When I asked my friends about it, they was just like, yeah, he randomly came to a room and he knew you were asleep, and he asked us all, can you guys be available at this time and wear this type of dress and just say happy birthday to Pre. He set up the room himself. So I couldn't even think about like the situation me and her had. It just didn't cross my mind, but that's what I peeped when I originally came to the room. The hostility. I felt like she waited to say happy birthday so I could see it, kind of thing, because I'm an overthinker. So everybody was happy, it seemed like. Let's say a good month goes by. Me and my other 2 friends were in a club, and it was a slow day, so we weren't really getting much customers like that, but we were just kicking it in there, having fun, playing music and just talking among ourselves. Remember when I said that she was talking to a guy that used to like me? So we're gonna call him Licorice. So he had come into the room now where it was just me and my 2 other friends, and he was just basically kicking it with us, just talking. And then we had got onto the discussion of BTAs, and we were just like, we're good looking in real life, we're good looking in real life. And he was like, so am I. One of my friends was like, post your BTA if you're so good looking. He was like, okay, I will. So when he had posted his BTA, he was very questionable. We were all like, I think that's when whispers just came out, and we were kind of just like laughing in whispers, like, oh my gosh, laughing, right? Because he wasn't it. He really wasn't it. But I didn't want to be rude. We kind of went quiet, and he was like, what? Like, what? There's my BTA. What? Why are you guys all quiet? And I was just like, oh yeah, you're cute. Like, did it like to just move the conversation on. He was nowhere near cute. I didn't need to say that, but that's what I said. He was like, okay, appreciate it. At the end of the day, I'm still cool with whoever, right? But remember, that's your man coming into my strip club. I don't know if she felt like, because she was the one that predominantly just did the strip clubs, right? But at a point, I just got really tired of like waiting for her to open her strip club, because remember I said like she was like almost like not online, and we wanted to be online and have like the strip club open. We had to wait on her. So I eventually literally opened my first ever strip club. So I don't know if she kind of felt a type of way, like, bitch, I'm the only one that can run this strip club thing in our group, not you. What are you doing? You trying to take me on? But anyways, we then eventually leave the room. Oh my gosh, guys, I promise you, it felt like as soon as I left the room, I see a message, because we had a group chat on VU at the time. I go into the group chat now, I see a message from Long, and she's like, why are you guys asking what my man looks like in real life? Excuse me, are you okay? Guys, I looked to the left, I looked to the right, and I was thinking, who is she actually talking to? Like, so I had replied, no, actually I didn't even reply. I think it was my friends replying first. They were just like, we were just talking about BTAs, and he had come into the strip club and he had asked like what we look like, and then we asked him what he looks like. She was like, okay, but as my friends, that's weird, that's my man. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? So I'd come into the group chat. Now I'm reading this, I didn't even type anything because I'm just like taking it all in, like, is this girl actually being for real right now? Then she gets onto the fact that one of us mentioned that he was cute. So then I came into the group chat now, and I was just like, oh yeah, like, I was like, oh yeah, he showed his BTA, and I was just like, oh, you're cute or whatever. She was just like, I know, and you're weird for that. How the hell does that make me weird, bro? When I tell you this man looked like my daddy's toenail, nobody wants your man, behave yourself. She was like, okay, but that's my man, why do you care what he looks like in real life? Like, that's just weird, princess. I know that you said that to him because I'm on the phone to him right now. He's telling me everything. What's weird is your man still was willingly to show us what he looked like, knowing that he looked like that. So get on to him, don't be coming on to us. But anyways, after she said that he's on the phone to her right now telling her one thing, I just remember thinking, what a weird thing to do, to report back to your girl as if it was such a big thing. Then I see Licorice invited me to his room, her fiance, and I'm like, what's he inviting me for? So I go, and he basically just says, well, actually I didn't give him a chance to talk. I was basically just like, this is why we don't get along, because you keep stirring up random shit. It was really pointless of you even telling her about the whole, oh, we said you look cute. He was like, the fuck? It wasn't even like that. Guys, best believe he was like, man, it wasn't even because of that. She got mad because we were in the same room. Me and Licorice, her fiance, are in the same room. Now, you're probably wondering the same way I was wondering, why would that even make her mad? And why wouldn't she not lead with that? She's in the group chat getting at us, why are you calling my man cute? Why are you calling my man cute? But I'm literally in his room right now. You're mad because we are in the same room together. He used to like me first, but you're not even saying that with your chest. So now that I know this beautiful information, right, I basically go back into the group chat, and I'm just like, yo, Long, like, what's the actual issue? She's like, no, it's the principle. Don't be asking my man what he looks like in real life. It's just weird. I would never ask you guys' man what they look like in real life. And I basically confronted her. Yes, I did. I said, are you actually upset about that, or are you upset because he was in the same room as me, kind of thing? Like, she's just like gaslighting me, telling me, no, it's not even that, it's not even that, blah blah blah, going back and forth. I was like, at the end of the day, I don't even want to be your friend anymore because this is doing too much. She got at me, started getting at me, we're all just going back and forth in a group chat, and then I kind of just like said something where, I mean, it wasn't a lie. I basically said, she said something, she was like, oh, you're a weird bitch, and I was like, okay, and you're a sloppy second. Guys, she blew up on me.
I'm a sloppy second.
She didn't like that one, huh?
You're the real sloppy second when
he said his real government, my guy that I'm talking to, her male best friend,
wanted me first.
So now I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
I got screenshots. What's your snap? I'll send it to your snap.
I said, no, I sent it to my Insta. She sends me some screenshot of what her and Kai have been getting up to during those months we were talking. So we weren't together. This was when we were talking. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But now the dots are connecting. Things are making sense. She's been salty for a long time. Like, you took my man, now you're taking my strip club. It's a bit funny. Do you get it? Like, I understand, baby girl. But it was never at that thing, right? She's talking, yeah, he wanted me first. He's always been up on me. Before you guys even got to girlfriend and boyfriend, he's been inviting me to his rooms. Me and him have been sleeping together. Going crazy. Telling me about what my supposed man is doing. One thing with me, I'm not silly. So if someone's telling me that, I'm always going to keep it in the back of my mind. But I'm not going to address you with it first because I need to know the actual truth before I say anything. So cool. At that point, I see a message from Kai and I ignored it because I'm in the group chat heavily doing up keyboard warrior, guys. Like, I was stressing. Someone's trying to tell me about me and making me look stupid in the group chat and making it seem like I took her man from her and my other friends are thinking it's her. Like, I was fighting for my life, guys, in that group chat. It was so funny. I even had my other friends messaging me talking about, oh, that's weird, P. Like, how could you do that? I'm thinking, ah! So like I said, Kai had messaged me and I ignored it. And then I replied to him like, oh, invite me. I think something like that. So I go to his room now. He's like, what's this I'm hearing that you're doing up truth or dare and asking niggas to show you that. peen, and this and that and the third, right? And guys, let me tell you something, yeah. Back then, we used to be a heavily like room entertainer. Like we would just play a lot of games, and those truth or dares would be wild and real explicit. This would happen months ago. So you're telling me she held onto this information just to be like, okay, when you act up, I'll be letting Kai know. You're weird for that. Real weird. So I was in shock that he's come to me addressing it like that. I said, oh, that's what she's on. And as your girlfriend, that's how you're addressing me. Okay. Why are you, as my man, coming to me with information you don't even know if it's true or false in an accusation type of tone, instead of coming to me and asking me like, oh, you know, someone's telling me that you did it, like, is that true? If you had worded it like that, I promise you my mouth would have been a different reaction. Like, huh? For you to actually ask me that, one, am I not your girl? And two, do you not know me? I'm like, did Long tell you that? He was just like, yeah, like she's blowing up my phone right now telling me that's what you were doing. So obviously what had happened was this girl's obviously salty about how I've been reacting, because I think I must have been going crazy back, but it all stemmed from me calling her a sloppy second because she went with Licorice when Licorice originally liked me first. He was all on me and she was around that. She saw that. So correct me if I'm wrong, is that not a sloppy second? And if I think back to it now, I feel like she only got with Licorice to get a one up on me. Like, I didn't even want him. I was curving Licorice from day dot. BTA. Make it make sense, my love. So I'm just like, listen, first of all, I don't like that. If you're my man, don't come and try and accuse me like you don't even know the full facts. I'm your girl. You should have asked me, like, she's telling me this, is that true? That's it. I would have been like, babe, it's not even that. Like, she's angry because of this had happened, and that's why she's doing all of this. But you didn't come to me like that. So now I'm irritated at you. So now I'm irritated at him. He's irritated at me, and he's just like, take it from my perspective. If someone's coming and telling me how my girl's doing stuff like this in the room, how do you think I'm gonna feel? I said, of course you should feel a type of way, but it's how you addressed it with me. So basically after that, I had left the room, and me and him's relationship was just awkward from there. You already made your bed, so lie in it. The following year, so remember this was around December time, we tried to rekindle what we had, but it was never the same. Like, it was more of just like, you're my hoe, like we just fool around kind of thing. We did try to get back to where it was, but it was never the same, and I was okay with that. It was harder on him. He literally disabled his account, or I think he gave it to his sister, and I think his sister even tried to reach out to me. LOL. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, that's basically the gist of the whole story. Now, to this day, I still don't know if this man actually cheated on me or not, but you guys be the judge of that in the comment section below. And as far as me and the girl goes, Long, we just started talking again this year. It's never gonna be, oh, we're best friends. I just wanted us to be cordial again, because I don't really like having bad blood with anybody, especially over something that was just, it's VU, it's silly shit, you know? So I don't want someone out there in real life actually hating on me. Like, that's ridiculous. But yeah, guys, leave in the comments what you think. Like, just give me your opinion on what you think about the whole situation. But yeah, if you like the story time and you want to see more from me, if you want to see more story times, because I think I have a few more I could give, make sure you get this video to about 100 likes. 100 likes, I think that's going to be my minimum now. Thank you guys for tuning in and sitting all this way through the story time. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.